To be honest, I don't really even know where to start with this deck. This is such a very interesting deck, and I'm really excited to show it out for you guys today. So, what are we looking at here? This is yet another combo deck that is involving Xenagos and Worldspine Worm, and of course Tooth and Nail, the namesake card there. But we're doing this kind of stuff in a very interesting way that definitely I had not imagined us doing before. And to kind of put this into perspective, if you're not familiar with this combo, Xenagos is a enchantment for most of its life, but it can become a creature, and basically its power is that it gives a creature +X/+X during combat. So basically we want to do that to our Worldspine Worm, the 15/15 Trampler. Another one that's pretty good to do this to is our Lifelinking Grizzlebrand, 7/7 flyer. So that is a pretty good one to just be chunking us up. And basically the way that we get this onto the battlefield is by playing Tooth and Nail. So earlier versions of this deck would do other things, like they would go ahead and try to do an Indomitable Creativity to exile 2 permanents and bring out your own 2 large creatures. But this deck is using Tooth and Nail, a card from Historic Anthology that basically allows you to search your library and then put 2 of the cards that go into your hand from your hand onto the battlefield. Also, if you have creatures in hand, you can basically Tooth and Nail for the specific part of just putting cards from your hand onto the battlefield. And if you pay the Entwine cost, you get to do both, which is usually what we want to do. But that's a lot of mana. And we need to figure out a way to get that much mana, which is usually a problem. But in this deck, it is not at all. And that's because we're playing a combo using Agatha's Soul Cauldron once again. This is a card that I've definitely shown a lot of love to on the channel so far, ever since it came out in Wilds of Eldraine. And in my opinion, it's a really, really cool card. It's definitely not as busted in Historic as it is in other formats. I know that Modern has a lot of Agatha's decks. Legacy, to some degree, I guess, has some, but not too many that I'm aware of. But basically, the strength of this card is being able to take the activated abilities of creatures and put them onto other creatures. And so what we want to do is basically get to a point where our Soul Cauldron is able to put abilities on a creature such that we're able to kind of like do some broken shenanigans with it. And in the past, the one that I was really trying to put onto a creature was Grizzlebrand, to get our pay 7 life, draw 7 cards ability. And while that's great, that's actually not really what we're here to do, funnily enough. A shell of the deck that we used to play, which was Fists of Flame plus a creature with Grizzlebrand's activated ability on it, is still possible. Basically, if you're not familiar, we would try to use a Grizzlebrand, get its ability on one of our creature, and then basically draw cards until we hit Fists of Flame, and then make that creature big enough to kill our opponent. And so that's very much still something that we can do. But what the primary goal here, it's to first generate infinite mana, and then second to either win with Grizzlebrand or to go for Tooth and Nail, Xenagos, Worldspine Worm. And the way that we do this is really interesting. When it comes to Agatha's Soul Cauldron, we're able to... The creatures that we're looking to put things on, the creatures that we want to use the activated abilities of in order to generate this infinite mana is Cameo of Whispered Hopes, a 1/1 for 3, which is, definitely underrated. It makes the 1/1 counter that comes on with Agatha's Soul Cauldron into 2, which is nice, that is what it is. But the big thing is you can tap to add X mana of any one color, where X is the Cameo of Whispered Hope's power. But the other card that we want to do is this very cool card, Sleep Cursed Fairy. This is a creature that basically will, when it enters, it is just basically unusable for the first 3 untaps. And then finally you can, begin attacking with it on like turn 4 or whatever, assuming you played it turn 1. Having Ward 2 is really relevant here because as it's one of our combo pieces, we're able to protect it using its inherent ability. Now, the big thing about this one is that the design here was that you would, dump extra mana into it in order to untap it multiple times and get it to come out with less stun counters on it. And what we're actually going to do is just make use of this untapping ability when this creature has the activated ability of Cameo of Whispered Hopes to tap to add X mana of any one color. And because this thing's already a 3/3, if you were to tap it with this ability, you'd be making 4 mana. And if we're being, specific about it, when you get the Agatha's Soul Cauldron counter on this thing, it'll be a 4/4. So you're basically making 2 more mana than you spend to untap the Sleep Cursed Fairy. basically you have infinite mana from there. Similarly, Cameo of Whispered Hopes. If you were to put the 1/1 counter on this thing, it would basically get 2 on it because of its static ability, and this would become a 3/3 that would be able to use the 1 in a blue untap ability of Sleep Curse Fairy. So this is a two-way street here, and it is a pretty cool one because, you know, this is a 1 mana and 3 mana creature. So, you know, it's basically as early as turn 3 that you'd be able to do something with Sleep Curse Fairy. Now, there are some restrictions here. Obviously, one of the cards has to be in the graveyard, so if our Sleep Curse Fairy is killed, or if we can discard it with something like Rona, Herald of Invasion, get this into the graveyard, then we'll be cooking and get ready to go. Another cool thing that is possible is Fauna Shaman. Fauna Shaman is a card that allows us to, for a green and tapping and sacrificing, or sorry, it's for a green and tapping Fauna Shaman, you get to discard a creature card to find any creature card out of your deck. That, of course, goes into your hand. So basically what we can do is we can discard our Cameo. We can maybe find our Sleep Curse Fairy if we need to. There's so many different lines here. Also, we can get our Grizzlebrand if we're trying to discard it with Rona in order to put the counter on with Agatha and then get the Grizzlebrand ability. That'll just help us get going with Fist of Flame. Like, there's just literally so many ways that we can go with this, which is awesome. The other thing that's really cool is we have Diabolic Intent here. So if we end up with an extra creature that we're not using, so like maybe an extra Cameo, extra Rona, whatever, we can actually sack our creatures to go find what we want to. Or we can just make a bunch of mana with Sleep Curse Fairy, Diabolic Intent, sack it, go find our Tooth and Nail, and then find Xenagos and Worldspine Worm to win. Like, I really, really love this deck, and I think it's so cool because there's so many different ways that you can go, a lot of lines to victory. And if you know me at all, this is definitely something that I, take a high lot of value in a deck. So, with a lot of that out of the way, this is more or less the deck as it stands. Some notable things in the land space is that we are playing Crawling Barrens in this deck. This is basically an infinite mana outlet, assuming our opponent cannot block it. And, this is just another way that we can win. It is basically notable that Fist of Flame also can give our Crawling Barrens trample. So, you know, if we're not able to kill with Grizzlebrand or a big Sleep Curse Fairy, we can just draw, make a big Crawling Barrens after we dump all that infinite mana into it, and then find our Fist of Flame. So a lot of different ways to win the game here. We were definitely going big, going all out. A lot of the games that I played with this deck, I felt that we generally got the advantage when our opponent didn't really know what we were playing. Because they didn't know that the Sleep Curse Fairy and Cameo Whispered Hopes are kind of a nasty combo together, a lot of people let down their shields, and we were able to slide underneath and take the win. I'm hoping that we can get a few of those kinds of games here in this series, so definitely stick around and see what we can do. Before we hop into the games, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by dropping a like on the video or by commenting whatever you think about the deck. Deck link will always be in the description, and of course, if you are new here and would like to see more videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. It's right there, and it's free. That being said, let's hop into some games and get some reps in with Worldspine and Grizzlebrand combo. Here we go. Probably need a better name for this deck. If you have one, drop it in the comments. Here we go. Here's round one. Alright, here we go. This is our round one. We have Agatha's Soul Cauldron. We have Diabolic Intent. So if we find either the Sleep Cursed Fae or Cameo, we would be able to Diabolic Intent for the other half. I think I'll keep this. Then basically we can use the Agatha Soul Cauldrons in conjunction with Rona to kind of get around to what we want to be doing. Seek New Knowledge is not bad either. Fabled Passage, we're just going to get our Rona out here. Oh man, this is black-red. What could they be doing here? Tap an artifact or treasure. Draw 2 cards, create a treasure. Interesting. Not so often you see something like that. You're going to take this thing out. They duress me. It's either my Seek New Knowledge, Diabolic Intent, or one of my Agatha Soul Cauldrons. It's one of the Cauldrons. Okay, so we're going to definitely need to make sure that we get this out. Oh crap, they're going to take the other. That's annoying. Okay, so what happens here? I mean, we still need to do all of the things. I now don't have a legendary spell to untap Rona with, which is sad. Maybe I Seek New Knowledge looking for something interesting and then decide to play off of that. Or I could wait until next turn. I don't really see a need to do that, though. We'll draw and discard first. Well, World Spine Worm, let's put that back into our library with the discard, I guess. Now, is it worth showing them that we have this? I'd like to, in all seriousness, not show them that we have this combo, or that it's what we might be going for. So I could put back the Waterlogged Grove. I still have my green and blue. Now I can seek new knowledge and put World Spine at the bottom. Then we go Forest and then Fabled Passage next turn. So now that we have the Kami, this is decent. Is this Storm? Is my opponent on the Storm deck? This could be like Surprise Belcher or something. Oh, they might just be trying to storm off here. Goblin combo? I don't know what I'm looking at here. Well, it looks like we're both in the setup phase here. Let's draw and discard here. The Rona damage is really not going to be that useful. Wow. Definitely tough luck here on some of this stuff. I'm going to discard the Fabled Passage because we've seen so many basics already. We'll do this. See what Seek New Knowledge hits. Another Kami, we'll put one of them back. Well, actually, we can put the Weather the Storm back. By the way, I didn't talk about it in the deck tech, but this is the way that we're going to be able to use our Grizzlebrand's activated abilities multiple times. Basically, the idea is we draw a bunch of cards. When our life gets low, we cast a Weather the Storm. Well, so basically we make infinite mana first, then we get a Grizzlebrand out, we start drawing our library. We use Weather the Storm to regain life, and then we go until we hit our Fist of Flame. So the thing that goes back is going to be Weather the Storm, and I really don't think I need to do Diabolic Intent right now. That just kind of seems like a misplay. Alright, I guess we'll get a Kami out. It is what it is. We're kind of dead in the water here until we find our Agatha's Soul Cauldron. What is notable now is that I can start using Crawling Barons. They have found their Putrid Goblin. This is a combo with, there's a legendary, like, Pashalik Mond, I think is the card that they're looking for. Looks like they don't think they're going to find it. I'm kind of surprised out of my opponent. I clearly was not towards any sort of combo here, and looks like they weren't either. Maybe they just want to execute their combo and they're not about finding it at all. Oh well. A win is a win, we'll take it. Pretty short first game here. Let's hop into round 2 and see if we can actually get into a game where someone resolves a combo. Here we go. Alright, it's round 2. Let's see what we got. I do like an Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Not super high on Diabolic Intent with no creature, though. I think I'm going to mulligan this because Agatha's Soul Cauldron really doesn't do that much. And then we have no ways of killing our opponent's creatures. Grizzlebrand can go back. Tooth and Nail also is not really a card that we want to have in hand, really. What do I do about this? This is honestly a bad hand. This is like maybe not better than the other one. We just have access to Tooth and Nail right off the bat. This is basically taking a 5-lander and really, what is a better 5-land hand, or a 5-card hand going to be for me? It's not going to be that much better, so I'm going to keep this. We'll start off with fetching, what color? We don't need red. Black is more or less just for Diabolic Intent or Grizzlebrand. I guess I'll get a black here. We don't need white at all. Or not that we even have white. So yeah, we want to get black mana here. Be able to cast a Botanical Sanctum next turn. If they discard anything, we have Agatha's Soul Cauldron. And actually, what we do find is our Sleep Cursed Fairy, which is great. I could have played that turn 3 with the Soul Cauldron, but I don't think we really needed to do that. What does Seek New Knowledge find me? It maybe finds me my Kami, so I'll do that. Of course, I can do this at instant speed as well. Tooth and Nail can go back. Alright. Wish I had more blue mana. Could have played the Sunbrew. Sad I didn't. Okay, 4 mana here. What's happening? Agatha's Soul Cauldron can come out. Diabolic Intent could go get my other card. Yeah, so I can Diabolic Intent. Okay, so Diabolic Intent, get the Kami, play the Agatha's Soul Cauldron next turn, I have a combo. If not, then I play a secondary Sleep Cursed Fairy. Assuming that the Kami dies, and then I just do the opposite version of the combo. I'm down. So we will play this one on blue. We'll go Agatha's Soul Cauldron. We held priority there, so I'm a little scared of doing this Diabolic Intent thing. We're going to sack Sleep Cursed Fairy. Get a Kami. And actually, it's notable that this is not the same turn play. It's you search for it into your hand, not onto the battlefield. Okay, so we pass. Looks like our opponent's really not doing too much of anything over there too, so it's fine. We actually have backup Kami as well. We'll drop Kami and Sleep Cursed Fairy, see what happens. If they wipe the board, we have other Kami, and it's good. Play this as a land here. And we will just sit here and hope that it's good enough. One thing that we don't have actually is a combo piece. Oh crap, well they did get that, sure. So as we draw for this combo piece, we're going to sit this Kami out onto the battlefield. So this is going to be an issue of dealing with our opponent's wraths. Every turn I leave a Kami on the battlefield is a turn that it might just die. We're going to get a little risky here. Approach of the Second Sun. We can kill them through this. It's not particularly great to see that, though. We will take their Wrath of God here. Maybe try to fool them into thinking that this is offensive graveyard removal. Oh man. Should I just cast a World Spine Worm this turn? I guess I'm down. We'll exile our Sleep Cursed Fairy. Make this a 3/3. Let's make a bunch of blue mana. Alright, make our green here. And then that is enough to just cast this with a couple of things held up. Cool. Alright, World Spine Worm on the battlefield. Let's go. Alright, they're just going to win the game. We'll take that. Alright, tough round 2. Those are the breaks. Them's the breaks, kids. Okay, so yeah, mono white approach. They pretty much just showed us 2 approach to the Second Suns and 1 board wipe, and that was enough to make us fold. It is what it is. We're a combo deck. If we can't do our thing, we're really not doing much of anything else. Alright, tough first 2 rounds here, but I have hope for the last 3. Here we go, let's hop into round 3. Alright, opponent is back after a long AFK session. Let's see if they keep this hand. They keep. Will I? Well, this is a slow road to a Kami. We get to bottom Xenagos with Seek New Knowledge. I guess I'm down. Means that the 2 cards that we get with Seek New Knowledge are just fine. Paradise Druid. Ooh, we find Fauna Shaman. That's actually very good. Do I want to Seek New Knowledge or play a Fauna Shaman? play this as a blocker. If it dies, then it's just eaten up a little bit of damage. Then the next turn can seek new knowledge, and if I really need to, Fauna Shaman. If they kill it, it's okay, I guess. Alright, fine. I'd rather they use it on that than anything else, I suppose. Okay, so we have our third mana. Do I play Cameo of Whispered Hopes here? I don't really think it matters. I call Seek New Knowledge. I want to play the Zaggoth down. I want to play Grizzlebrand back, I think. Actually, hold on. Because I could just play Grizzlebrand if it came down to it. Yeah, I could actually play Grizzlebrand. Yeah, I could play Grizzlebrand, use like most of my life if I get my infinite combo on. Okay. So then what do I put back? Is it this Fabled Passage? I suppose it is. Or maybe it's the other Kami. I think it's the other Kami, because I want to play this now, and then I need to have enough lands in case this gets disrupted. Alright, Sleepcurse Fairy is out. Would you like to pay for the ward? It is a Binding the Old Gods that will get countered, I believe, right? Yeah, so that gets countered. Because a 4-mana doesn't really do that much. I'm gonna play the Kami here. Glad they dropped out that Binding the way that they did. Now we technically could find red plays Xenagos. Yeah, if I get the red and plays Xenagos, I can at least untap my Sleepcurse Fairy. We definitely need to play this one a little bit slow. Our opponent hasn't really done anything super aggressive. But I'm worried about their targeted removal for sure. We need to wait for them to tap out in order to do what we want to do. Do they have Casualties of War mana? I think they do. Oh god. That'd be bad. I think Xenagos is a good play, though. I think my plan is to use it on Kami, and then Kami can make mana to untap Sleepcurse Fairy a few times. And maybe they've just forfeited. Nice. Oh, no, they are here. They're going to kill my Kami, it looks like. Oh, they are going to pay the ward to kill my Sleepcurse Fairy. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, I could just straight up play the Xenagos off of the Kami. Yeah, now the mana really doesn't matter. I mean, I suppose that the Waterlogged Grove is a good way to draw a card. Well, it doesn't matter at all, in fact. Whatever. I should use the Fabled Passage to find my basic. It's okay. Alright, they get a forest. They get Death Touch. We 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 do have enough to cast Grizzlebrand next turn. Is this just cast Grizzlebrand? So we already have the red. Well, actually, we do need a red mana source, so I will do that. Yeah, we don't have the mana though, which sucks. We can basically just use the Grizzlebrand to get a to basically just get a new set of 7 cards. Do not attack because we need that to play Grizzlebrand. Autoplay. Alright. And we will draw up to 9 cards if it really comes down to it. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. This is okay. We'll see how hard they hit me here. Oh, they can't hit me at all because Grizzlebrand just eats Vorinclex. Alright. Well, they shouldn't attack here. Oh, well, fine, sure. That means I can only draw 1 set of cards, which I will do now. Go to 6. Grizzlebrand will get big next turn, so it's fine. So basically I'm going to... let me make sure that I do this right. So, Sleep Cursed Fairy, Diabolic Intent, find my Cauldron, that's 5 mana. Activate Cauldron on Cammy, I have lethal. Okay. Or rather, I have Fauna Shaman, find the worm, Xenagos the worm. Okay, cool. So this is lethal. Sleep Cursed Fairy. Let's execute the combo here. Diabolic Intent. Sacking the fairy. Find our Cauldron. Cauldron activate. Cauldron activate, getting from my graveyard the Sleep Cursed Fairy. Putting that onto this thing. We choose the replacement effect to put 2 on there. And, oh, that's actually an issue because Vorinclex will prevent the additional counter, which actually we did need here. So what we'll do is we'll get a Crawling Barrens here. This will just sit as kind of a sneaky little potential infinite combo here. And then, can I do anything to make my Grizzlebrand bigger? Doesn't look like it. We can put a blocker on the field in Fauna Shaman, I suppose. And I think we'll just go ahead and make Grizzlebrand big. Alright. We'll gain 14, they're down to 6, and they are dead in a turn. I suppose we'll just also play this. Alright. Then we can draw another 7 cards if we really wanted to. That Liliana's not going to do it for them. Oh, yes it will. Permanent they control of each permanent type. So, artifact, creature. I guess this is already being chosen for my enchantment. Color-wise, do I care? Not really. Catcher Troy makes red, so I'll keep my Zagoth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't have a Planeswalker. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's that. I think I can still win here, unless I'm mistaken. Alright, my turn. Grizzlebrand, Two-Face, you're dead. Got him. Alright, round 4 ended up in what basically was a combo situation, but our opponent had the crucial Vorinclex here. The unintended silver bullet for my deck. Completely turns off Agatha's Soul Cauldron, except for on Cameo Whispered Hopes. So basically, on this turn, I would have still been able to make infinite mana because I would just Fauna Shaman... I would Fauna Shaman, put a 3rd counter on this, and now this makes infinite mana. I'd be able to go ahead and draw a bunch of cards with Grizzlebrand, do the thing, and we have the kill. So technically it was a combo turn, just not as clean as it usually is. Alright, great round 3. Let's hop into round 4. Alright, get ready for round 4. Here it is. How does this hand look like? We actually have a turn 1 Sleep Cursed Fairy, which is very good. If Fauna Shaman was... not Fauna Shaman, but Diabolic Intent, that'd actually be a little better, but, you know, definitely this is a great hand to keep. Drew another Island Even. Alright, so Sleep Curse Fairy is eventually an annoying creature that opponent has to deal with. Might as well play the Fauna Shaman. Say go. If this is burn, it's fine. Okay, it happens to be goblins, so that's also not bad. Cameo Whispered Hopes. Offer the trade. It's a good trade for me if they do it. Makes sense. Herald's Horn, that's fine. Goblin War Chief is not something that Snoop can activate. They don't decide to go in. Cool. Fauna Shaman, I could discard, find something. What would I even find? I could get Xenagos. Xenagos isn't great. Xenagos could be activated on Sleep Cursed Fairy. Not close to World Spine Worm. Yeah, so until I find my Soul Cauldron or Agatha's, I don't really think I need to do anything with Fauna Shaman. I'll use Rona as a draw discard source. And then we will play a land that comes in untapped so that we can untap our Sleep Curse Fairy, which actually we could do right now. Go in for 5. Start to put that pressure on them. Hopefully that makes them sweat a little bit. Goblin War Chief. So basically we'll be able to play 2 things here. We've been getting lucky with them having lands or things with not activated abilities on them. Okay, sure. Let's see how bad this gets for us. Alright. Surprised they just don't even bother attacking here. We have 4 mana, 5 mana here. Tooth and Nail does not do it. I could transform Rona. Rona's backside being basically the Obliterator, Phyrexian Obliterator. It's, they have 4 cards in hand. I'm really not getting too much out of that if I were to flip Rona, so I'm going to just draw discard. Didn't hit anything good, sad. Get rid of the Fabled Passage. Play this guy out. I guess we can still activate Run if we really wanted to. I mean, I suppose. Why not, right? Going for 3. I think we're blocking here. We're in blocking mode. Let's do this. Should I pay the Phyrexian? I think yes, because if I die, it's going to be all at once. That way I don't have to tap my Cami. Okay, Rona is here. Next turn I'll have a pretty good blocker in her as I try to ramp up into Tooth and Nail. We're still looking to draw our important cards here. And we do need to get something into the graveyard. So we will sacrifice our Cami as a blocker at the earliest convenience. However, oh man, it's Muxus. Do I die? It's pretty close. So one other thing that I could do is the potential that I draw Tooth and Nail. No, I don't think Tooth and Nail is a good idea. Oh, they just go. I'm surprised they go Script Prospector. Oh, they're just going for another Muxus here. Yeah, I'm definitely done for. Give you guys the captain's salute as I go down with the ship here. This is Muxus sacrificing 4 things. What is it? Wow, they only hit 1 thing. Am I not dead? That's wild. Okay, maybe it's not impossible here. I mean, if we can get infinite mana, we have Tooth and Nail here. I just need them to attack with something. And go for yet another Muxus. How will they pay for this one? It costs 4. 1, 2, They know they're going to hit a Skirk Prospector, so they can sack their Skirk Prospector to pay for it. Yep, makes sense. They've gotten so unlucky. Wow. Okay, but now they have Conspicuous Snoop, and that's GG. About to even cast the crank off the top. They're going off. Oh yeah. I love the good Goblins deck. It's super fun to play this one. I have not played it in so long on this channel. Maybe it is time soon. And then we have the Hobgoblin Bandit Lord to just go up to 30. Amazing. Alright, and that's lethal. I would love to see what the top part of my deck was, or the top two, because my 2 outs here, so we had 2 draws basically. The first draw is just, you know, the natural draw. We'd have to get our Agatha's Soul Cauldron. I think we could even do it with a Diabolic Intent. If we didn't draw it, then we could cycle for 3 our Zagoth Triome, and then the same sort of thing would be possible, except for the fact that we would not be able to do it with a Diabolic Intent. We wouldn't have the mana for it. Yeah, neither of these come in untapped. Okay, well, we definitely had a few outs there. Unfortunately, this is just what Goblins does. You know how it is. I'm sure you've played it. All right, round 4 in the bag. Final round coming up. Let's go. Here it is. All right, it is the final round here. Let's try to end it on a strong note. We have almost everything that we need in this opening hand. I'm down to keep it. Both are untapped lands. What do I find here? We don't have black mana, so I will get black mana. Gotta get our base soul type before we can get going. Red is really not necessary until later. Okay, we can find our red now if we need to. Here's Rona. Bro. I'm so dumb. Alright, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. We're going to be playing a turn behind here. Total misclick there. Definitely needed to play the thing that makes blue mana, not green. These things look so similar in color. Maybe I'm a little colorblind. Oh man, is this counterspell tribal? Yikes. Yeah, now I can't play Sleep Curse Fairy and Rona. Shoot. Then do I just play Cammy? Is that what it is? Let's go Cammy. Pass. If they counter my Sleep Curse Fairy, it's actually still okay. Nothing to exile out of my graveyard. We'll pass. We have backup Cauldron now. I'm gonna fetch. Yeah, we need another blue. I'm gonna play Rona first. And we are going to see if this gets countered. Well, that's okay. I hate that Brawl play, though. Sleep Curse Fairy now. Move on. Then do I play my Weather the Storm now? I don't really see a time to do it. Maybe I'll just pay into my Sleep Curse Fairy. Okay, so we're gonna take their Brawl. I'm gonna make my Cammy a little bigger. Actually, no, I'm gonna make the Sleep Curse Fairy bigger because if they kill that, then I still have the Cammy to make big. Let's untap. And now they have to deal with this big Sleep Curse Fairy. For us, now we just need to look for a way to win the game, and this Crawling Barrens is it. So if they tap out, we can kill them now. It may not be obvious to them. I'm hoping that it isn't. We're going to say go. We can make the Sleep Curse Fairy big enough to be a real nuisance next turn. That's fine. Just really need them to tap out here. I have one more creature in the graveyard. That is it. I'm gonna probably Agatha onto Cammy so that I can get the Rona discard. Okay. We're gonna take our Rona. Do the Cammy. Then we should draw this card, getting rid of our Weather the Storm. I wonder if our opponent has the ability to bounce this to my hand. They're just holding up so much mana here. It's brutal. Sublime Epiphany of all things. Okay, return. Oh, this is... Wait. This is okay. This is completely okay, I think. Oh, Agatha's Soul Cauldron goes back. Oh, shit. Oh, that's bad. Okay, can I make infinite mana like this? Don't think so. Alright. So this is what we'll untap next turn. Maybe I draw with Waterlogged Grove. Okay, we drew a Rona. We drew another Fairy. I'm gonna play Rona and Cauldron. Opponent now has to deal with a 5/5 Fairy. And now another 3/3 Fairy. We'll unturn. Nothing to take out of their graveyard yet. We'll just start hitting spells unless there's a creature in the graveyard at some point. Wonder if they play like Flood of Tears or something like that. Like there are definitely some blue spells that will totally upend a game. Oh, they're gonna own my Sleep Cursed Fairy. That's a thing that I didn't realize could happen. Okay. Fine. Not exactly psyched about that. Our Sleep Cursed Fairy can come off cooldown pretty soon, though. Oh, you know what? What we could do is we need to try to block with our Cammy or Sleep Cursed Fairy, set up our combo turn. Alright, we're going to take their... Wait, the draw spell. Flow of Knowledge, no more. They have 1 mana. I can Diabolic Intent sacking Sleep Cursed Fairy, right? Or sack Cammy. They won't be able to pay for the ward on Sleep Cursed Fairy, so it should be good. Whoa, not like that. We want to keep Crawling Barrens up. That's going to be how we win, I think. So we'll be able to use Rona as well. So let's Rona now. Nice, Tooth and Nail. We have the combo. Cool. Alright, so it is black, and we'll do green. Then we also need to float blue. Diabolic Intent. Jesus, okay, whatever. Diabolic Intent. Sacrificing the Cammy. We need to find... Does it really matter? I don't think it really matters. I wasn't even thinking like what I even wanted to have. I suppose I can just get a Fist of Flame. I could get a Grizzlebrand. It is what it is. I'll get Grizzlebrand. Okay, I got the Soul Cauldron, activate on our graveyard, our Kami. Thing on this. Alright, so then we need to untap. Alright, now we make all our mana. Oh, wait, it still has these things on it. Oh my gosh. I've messed up. Oh, I've messed up real bad. Okay, we can do it this turn. Alright, let's try this again. Sleep Curse Fairy. We're gonna untap. We want to go like this. Now we make our blue mana. Jesus Christ. That was so dumb. Okay, Sleep Curse Fairy. We're gonna make mana. Oh, I hate how that, the order that depends on which thing was exiled in what order. Alright. Make blue. We're gonna make a bunch of blue. We are each going to need to click through this, unless this is made a lot cleaner by them tapping out for something. Let's see. What goes down? I mean, they can gain control of the fairy, I suppose. In response, though, I'll just make infinite mana, so it's fine. Okay, it's fine. We are just going to continue doing our combo. And now they've spent a bunch of mana. They still have one more effect. It may be their Sleep Curse Fairy. I don't really know. Alright, I'm going to make about 15 or like 20 mana. And then should be good to make a Tooth and Nail and Grizzlebrand appear on the battlefield. Alright, this is probably good enough to start with. Kind of pressuring my opponent's time as well, which is kind of funny. Alright, cool. So let's start making our green mana here. And then we also need to make a bunch of black mana as well. I guess it's actually correct to just make all of our mana now. That's kind of annoying. Alright, we're going to make a bunch of mana of every color, just so that we have enough to win the game with. Knowing that it has to be done this way. So I'll make probably like 8 of each. I don't really need more than 4 red. Okay, well, they didn't want to click through it. They should have just tapped all their mana. Kind of a tough one to win on, or to end the round on. I'm going to go ahead and do one more round here, especially because some of the games have been short. So enjoy this bonus round here, round 5.5 here as we hop back in. Definitely a tough match there. We were able to make it work, though. I think one of our toughest matchups is going to be this kind of permission-based strategy. Like our combo cruxes on both Grizzlebrand resolving in order to draw those cards to begin with, and then also it cruxes on our Entwine spell as well. So, all right, here's round 5.5. Let's hopefully get in for a good one. Fist of Flame kind of sucks. Fauna Shaman is neither of our combo pieces, but it does represent the ability to find them. I think with that being said, though, it is still not really good enough for me to rationalize keeping. Is that true? I mean, we have the Crawling Barrens as well. Like, we have the outs. I'm going to mulligan it. I want something better. For the record, this is not better. I'm going to mulligan one more time. We're going to 5. We're going to keep this 5, getting back a Grizzlebrand, and the other thing will be probably one of the 2 pathways, I guess. We're just going to split blue and green. I think I go Agatha's Soul Cauldron to see what I draw, then do Seek New Knowledge. Uh-oh, we're playing that Fireblade Treasure deck again. Okay. Well, here is the essence of our combo right here. Oh, Goblin Bombardment. Well, Sleep Curse Fairy is good for that. Cameo of Whispered Hopes is not. Okay, we're going to use Rona here. Rona, next turn we play Sleep Curse Fairy and or Seek New Knowledge, discarding Cami. It's probably fine not to block here. It's actually very fine not to, because it would have died due to Goblin Bombardment as well. Goblin Blast Runner, fine. Goblin Trap Finder, yikes. A lot of stuff that they can do. Oh my gosh. They really do have everything. Okay. Gotta play this. Gotta do my draw discard here in case I draw land. We did not, darn. Pass the turn. Depending on what we seek new knowledge into, we can win the game next turn. Okay. I think we're not dead. I'm honestly not completely sure. Coffney Scamp. I think we're okay because Sleep Cursed Fairy has Ward. That's actually the biggest part of this card is situations like this. They go to face, okay. Oh, they're just going for face, okay. Can they kill me? I actually didn't really look at the map too closely. I don't know if I'm alive or not after this. It may be close. They could actually have proliferated a counter onto my Sleep Cursed Fairy. Any interesting things on the... Actually, depending on what they sack here, there might be something useful for me. Oh, they actually have lethal, don't they? Man, what a interesting deck here. Goblin Bombardment. Very, very fast. This is turn 4 kill. So on par for historic, but definitely definitely very quick, and it has some game against definitely has some game against normal creature decks. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this thing. Maybe I'll have to play this one on the channel here in the future. But with that being said, I think that'll probably end it for the video here. Thanks for sticking through with me for this extra game 5.5. And yeah, let's go ahead and just finish this one out as opponent domes me for lethal. If you enjoyed the content and this video today, hope you stayed and hope you liked it. If you did enjoy it, then you can show your support by liking the video or by commenting on it. It helps me with the algorithm. And of course, if you're new here, you can show your support by subscribing as well. It's free and easy and helps me out a bunch. That being said, that is all for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck here. A lot of cool combos. It feels really interesting to play. And, you know, very similar to the Kethis deck, honestly. There's minimal setup. You're doing kind of a lot of very interesting high power things, and then you end with a very strong combo finish. I can definitely see this one going places, so if you guys decide to iterate on it, I am really interested in seeing what you do with it. So, with that being said, that's all for me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.